Welcome to this meditation. Please take a moment and make yourself comfortable. Get any wiggles out, any shifting, beginning to notice the contact points between your body and whatever surface is supporting your body. Becoming aware of our breath, signaling to the mind and the body that we're getting ready to sort of check out and tune in a little bit, going within. So if you're comfortable meditating with your eyes closed, go ahead and allow them to gently close now. Becoming aware of any sensations in the body that may be trying to get your attention right now. Watching that breath when it enters through the nose, fills the lungs, maybe pushes out the diaphragm. It's going into a deeper state of relaxation. Every breath is going to bring more relief, lighten the body, loosen up any ligaments and tendons, allowing the body to become very relaxed. So in just a moment, we'll take in a deep breath through the nose, and we'll allow our eyes to roll up inside our head. Or if your eyes are open, that's okay too. We're just going to keep them at about a 45-degree angle while we hold the breath for a little while. We'll do that whenever you're ready. Taking a deep breath through the nose, roll the eyes up. And holding that breath for a little bit. Picturing that breath as it moves throughout the body, throughout the lungs, through the blood, through the complete circulatory system. Bringing cleansing breath, healing breath to all parts of the body. And then whenever you're ready, allow your eyes to relax and allow your body to release all tension. When you're ready, we're going to take a second deep breath in and do the same thing with our eyes. Just going to gently roll them up towards the top of our head. We'll hold that breath again. Noticing any sensations in the skin or tips of your fingers or toes. We hold that breath. It brings our attention into the present moment. Whenever you're ready, allow yourself to deeply exhale. Push out all the air that you can. Inviting the body to relax even more deeply. And when you're ready, we'll do another third and final deep breath in. And if it's comfortable, I invite you to just allow your palms to face up towards the ceiling or towards the sky, whatever angle you're sitting or lying at. And the symbolic gesture of being open. And as you're ready, just allow that exhale to deeply pull away any thoughts, any tensions, any worries, any fears. Just let it all go with that exhale. And if it's comfortable to do so, you can leave your hands open facing but I always value comfort as a priority. So we'll use our breath as our anchor. Every time we find our mind wandering to what's going on around us, what's happened during the day, what's coming up, maybe tonight, tomorrow, every time you become aware of that, just gently bring your thought back to the breath. Let those other thoughts just drift by you. Perfectly natural for the mind to want to dart around from here to there. It's also perfectly natural for us to learn to observe it, and to become aware that we do have some direction and control over the mind. But every time we catch that and bring it back to the breath, we are becoming more in control of our thoughts, more observational, able to see how thoughts arise. The more we do this, then the more we are aware of how our thoughts arise during the days. We can become more intentional with how we respond and react in our everyday lives. So let's envision each breath entering the body as a cleansing light. It's just wiping the slate clean, removing any tension in the physical body, starting at the top of our head, down through our face muscles, our neck, our shoulders. Each breath in just flushes more of that stored up energy out of the physical body. Just letting it cascade down through our stomach, our hips, waist, through our legs, out through our arms and our hands, all the way out through the toes. It's just started a cascading flow, relaxation filling from the top. Our mind on that breath becoming more and more clear. Maybe it creates an image in your mind's eye, a clean chalkboard or white screen. Whatever image comes up to you that represents a clean mind. It's simply observing this moment, observing the sensations in the body. Our chest expands and contracts with each breath. And acknowledging that idea that everything at the atomic level breaks down into electrons, neutrons, protons, that we are surrounded by energy, radio waves, that our body is made up of same electrons. So through this interaction with this openness with our hands, imagining how we interact with our immediate environment, even the air that composes the space around us, same electrons, neutrons, protons, radio waves. Being open-minded to this idea that there's an intelligence that orders the orbits of these subatomic particles. There's an intelligence that communicates between the cells of our body, the atoms of our body, creating this symbiotic ecosystem that makes up the entire body. Being open to the possibility that there's some other underlying communication going on between all cells, all electrons, that this entire universe is communicating with all various parts in that same way that the body, cells and organs, mind all interact. So as we acknowledge all the changes happening across the planet at this time, new ways of being, of working, of community, spiritual centers, everything's been somewhat disrupted by the pandemic. So there's innovations taking place. So if we're at a time where we can become intentional about how we move forward, I invite you to open up your mind. Open it up to this deeper universal mind. And I ask this question: what does the new earth look like? What do you envision as a better way of being on this planet, individually and in your smaller communities, neighborhoods, groups? How does that interact with cities, states, provinces, regions, with your country? In an ideal world, what does it look like for countries to interact with one another? And rather than focusing a lot on the things that we know don't work, what would be things that might? What would that look like? we were to experience more peace, mutual cooperation, harmony. If this ideal world were to come about through the intentional actions of millions of people, how might that affect your individual sphere of experience and influence? Is there anything that you feel you might do differently? Is there anything that you might feel inspired to do differently that might help bring about this new way of being? Also acknowledging that even the seemingly smallest action, if it's taken as something outside of our normal default way of being, alters the overall collective experience of all humanity. Even just a kind word when before we would have remained silent brings power and shift to the scales of the collective consciousness. Stepping outside of that comfort zone a little, just the tiniest bit here and there, reminding ourselves to be more present from time to time. And taking time every now and then to open up from the center of our being, right, the center of our chest, imagining the deepest good that you can imagine for yourself. And then visualizing that the deepest good for everybody, each individual's highest and best for their own individual journey, is available in this field of infinite potential. And just maybe bringing our awareness to it has some effect on some level, some plane. Maybe this brings a gentle smile on your face, affecting your overall physiology, and creating more peace and harmony in your immediate being. So simply by bringing more peace into our own experience, we literally make the world a better place. So holding this vision from time to time, allowing ourselves to remember every once in a while throughout our days to just stop and breathe and take a look around. Look from that beginner's mind without labeling or judging appearances, just taking it in. Noticing that beauty around us and allowing it to expand by your awareness of it. So we can set this intention now to remember to be more present, more peaceful in the days to come. And let this create this vibration and energy within, so that as we begin to bring our awareness back into the space, we allow this meditation to run its course. There's this underlying process going on, subconscious mind. It brings an enriching experience of this physical reality that we get to participate in, co-create in. Please receive my thanks for taking this time to go within and be still. And as we begin to bring our attention and awareness back into the space around us, just acknowledge that there's within our consciousness that which allows us to come back feeling rejuvenated, refreshed, and in the perfect state of mind for whatever comes next in our day, the evening, or night. So when you're ready, but not before, I invite you to allow your eyes to gently open, or your awareness to be back in the space around you. Thank you, and namaste.